Welcome back. Today we're going to be playing Assassination Rogue Mage Priest. I'm going to be doing some live commentary over the matches to help you guys better understand what I'm doing throughout the course of the game. So in Rogue Mage mirrors like this, we generally try to kill the Mage, while getting as much CC on the Priest as possible. So we start off the game getting a fear on the Rogue, but somehow the Priest doesn't get hit. I thought I marked for death before I kidneyed there, so I only ended up 1 point kidneying, but it doesn't really matter. We seem to be getting a lot of pressure on this on the Mage, and seems to be going really well. So the Priest comes off Dragon's Breath DR, so I hit him with a full blind, and we get the Priest's Trinket. We're continuing damage on the Mage here. Cartoonz looks like he's in a bit of trouble, but he manages to pull it together. He lands a Polymorph while he procced Cauterize, which is perfect. Allows us to Vendetta and get blocked from the Mage. We proc Cauterize before we get blocked from the Mage, and he decides to run away and get some distance. I sap the Priest out of my blind half, and we get the Mage's Ice Block. I cheap shot the Rogue off of Cartoonz, and we go back onto the Mage. I Trinket the Dragon's Breath, and I'm continuing just to, keep poisons on him to reduce the healing at the very least. I see that he's coming off Stun DR, so I tell Cartoonz, this is it, right here baby. We're going to score the kill. Now this next matchup is kind of a weird one. I've seen a lot of scumbags running this double feral crap, and it can be pretty difficult to deal with sometimes. I sap the Monk, and we end up getting stunned out of stealth by one of the ferals. Cartoonz says, hey, let's go on the Monk, so we decide to go on the Monk. I apply some bleeds, I open with a Garrote, cheap shot, into Mark for Death kidney shot. He uses his bubble, and I pop evasion because the ferals are going ham on me. I kick the Monk here on his Soothing Mist, and he rolls away, desperately trying to escape. He uses his port to get back, but it's already too late at that point. He's basically done for. Our next matchup is against Survival Hunter Feral Druid Discipline Priest. I start by opening up with a cheap shot and just applying some bleeds to this hunter so that I can get extra energy regen when I open on the feral with a kidney shot. Cartoonz landed a Dragon's Breath Polymorph on the Priest, so there's lots of CC out, and the feral trinkets and walls right away, so we're already in a great spot. We have Vendetta still, we've gotten Trinket from the feral, so it's just a matter of landing another CC chain on the Priest and a full stun on the feral. Then he'll definitely be in trouble. I throw a blind out onto the Priest, who trinkets. Now the feral's coming off Stun DR in a little bit here. We get PS on the feral. We basically know that at this point, all we need to do is land a full stun, and it will easily score a kill. The feral recognizes that he's in a lot of trouble, so he's trying to put some distance between me and him. I Trinket his stun and land a kidney, but he gets gripped back, and I Shadow Step kick the Priest. He then throws Barrier down, as our Priest runs in and gets a Fear. Now the feral has Wall and Barrier up here, so it's pretty unlikely that he's going to die. I'm getting rooted and controlled. It's difficult for me to connect on the feral. Cartoonz lands another full polymorph on the Priest, and this is basically when the feral just flops. He has no defensive cooldowns left, and the Priest has no way to get out of that poly. So one of the things that helps for getting clean openers against mirror matches like this is rushing up and trying to sap the Mage before he gets his invisibility off. That's definitely one way to go about getting a clean opener. And another way to do it is to let the enemy Mage invis first before your Mage. That way he falls out of invisibility and you're able to open clean. This match I land a sap on the Priest and we open up on the Mage. Getting some pretty good damage out here. I decide to just pop Vendetta early because I know that we're going to blind him off that sap. He's going to Trinket. I Garrote his Trinket into a Fear. I get Dragon's Breathed, but this Mage is definitely in trouble. Half Polymorph coming from the Priest, and MD was already queued up. Mage is pretty much done for. This next matchup is a Rogue Mage Paladin team, and the Mage is Frost instead of Fire, which means he'll have access to 2 Ice Blocks. The Holy Paladin will have potentially 2 sacks for him, which makes it extremely difficult for us to secure a kill on the Mage. With all of that in mind, we decide to invest our efforts into the Holy Paladin. We open up with a normal opener, I apply bleeds and kidney shot out of my cheap shot to ensure locking down the Paladin as long as possible, but I get cheap shot by the Rogue halfway through my go. The Rogue gets feared by our Priest and the Paladin pops melee wings, so we decide as a team that we're just going to pull back because it's very unlikely that we're going to get anything done while this Paladin has his wings up. Cartoonz is looking pretty rough over there, so I decide to peel for him with a cheap shot into a Garrote, and the Paladin's coming off Stun DR, so I say, yo, let's go boys, it's time to do some damage. I decide to apply some bleeds again and Kingsbane him, but I get cheap shot by the darn Rogue. Every time I go on the Paladin, this Rogue is ready to stun me, which is frustrating, but it's smart play on his behalf. So the Paladin gets his Aura Mastery heal off, but it doesn't really top him all that much. He's definitely still in trouble. He jukes my kick here, but, it don't matter. We managed to pull through. He's coming off DR, and I am going to hit him with a kidney shot here, so he's definitely going to have to use one of his defensives. We get bubble from the Paladin, and Cartoonz is looking pretty rough, but, they're keeping it together. This game, for me, as a rogue, I'm really just trying to wait until my teammate wait until the enemy is off DR, and then have a good clean go with my teammates. I don't really have too much to offer in terms of helping my teammates survive outside of my blind, which I should have used earlier. Definitely should have used blind earlier. I get to re-stealth here because they let me sit all these polys. I stun the rogue off of Cartoonz, and Garrote the mage, stopping a polymorph. The paladin's off DR, we all agree, let's go. So we decide to go. I Vendetta, because he's already decided to use bubble, which is definitely a dangerous move. We get barrier here, so Cartoonz is definitely going to be okay for a bit. Again, the Aura Mastery heal, I kicked into it, and so did Cartoonz. That was a huge mistake on our behalf, definitely bad play, but, you know, mistakes happen. Regardless of mistakes or not, this Paladin is just taking unhealable damage, it feels like. No matter how hard he tries, he just can't seem to pick himself back up, which, in the end, leads to his downfall. Alright, I warn you now, my friends, this game is literally painful to watch. The new Spirit Link Totem, definitely an extremely high skill cap ability, something that has added a lot of depth to the gameplay of Resto Shaman. You know, I hear a lot of people really like the Spirit Link Totem. It makes the gameplay feel really engaging, you know, sharing health bar with your entire team and just spamming chain heal. So, you know, I don't really have much commentary to do over this game. I really don't. I'm not even kidding you. I'm literally just standing here spreading bleeds to everybody because they're all sharing health bars. So I'm trying my best to just keep spread on the Lock and the Feral. And while we're doing that, we're landing kidneys and trying to DPS. It's pretty much the entire strategy here because, like, realistically, there isn't a whole heck of a lot that we can do as a team to try and counterplay this Spirit Link Totem, other than try and CC the Shaman at opportune times and land a kidney shot and kill the Feral in it. You know, this entire expansion has had really strange abilities and interesting, you know, ways of playing, and I think Spirit Link Totem is definitely one of the most unique abilities in the game, you know, like 100% uptime, sharing your HP bar with the entire, you know, your entire team. It's really unique and adds a lot of depth to the gameplay. You know, you really have to work real hard, you know, as a shaman to try and keep your team alive with that totem. It's a very interesting ability. I really like it. I really like it quite a bit. Hey, something to mention here is Poison Bomb didn't break Polymorph anymore, so woohoo! 7.1.5. As you guys can see, man, like, this game is just... feels bad, man. I'm literally just training the Feral. He has 10 million HP because he's sharing health with his entire team. Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting to say the least. I mean, I'm being completely honest with you guys here. I don't know what to say about this match. Like, you know, we're just standing here DPSing while they stand here and DPS. It's kind of fucking lame, to be completely real. Like, it's boring as heck, dude. I couldn't imagine being the shaman playing this build. Like, I'd probably fall asleep before the match ends. We overlapped our fear and our polymorph there, which kind of sucked, but, you know, what can you do? I feel like a strat that we didn't even really consider is, like, right here, look, the shaman's at half life. We could have kidney shot the shaman and actually just killed him so easily, but we didn't. Oh, we actually killed a Feral there. See, like, I don't even remember how this match went, because it just looks the same the entire time. Everybody's at, like, half HP, and they're just spamming healing, so I don't fucking know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and until next time, I want you all to do me one very important favor. Stay sneaky, my friends. If you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a like, and if you're interested in seeing maybe a certain type of video, be sure to comment below and tell me what you want to see. This channel is your channel as much as it is mine, so I'm always looking for suggestions from the community as to what we should do next. Anyway, take care.